I'm going with mic 2. I feel like this mic hasn't gotten as much love, so we're going to give this a try. The ceilings were so high. I don't remember if they were 12 or 14 feet, but the house was only 2 or 3 years old. And the inside was white and angular and sterile. Before that, we lived in a house best described as a hobbit hole. It was angles and colors, and it was just warm. And that house is where we celebrated birthdays and anniversaries, and we hosted Thanksgiving every year. It's where we brought my daughter home, Saxon. But what we didn't account for is that that house wasn't built to hold resentment. Ever since my daughter was born, the fabric of my relationship to Amelia was fraying, and we didn't know what to do. We assumed that maybe if we had more space, we wouldn't be so on top of each other, we'd have more privacy. That would help. That would make it work. So we moved into the new spot. But we learned that resentment does not follow the laws of physics. As it expands, it gets more dense. And so now there's more space and this thick tension that we're living in. One night after dinner, I'm cleaning up, and Amelia has taken Saxon upstairs for bath and bedtime. And when you have a 2.5-year-old, quiet isn't a thing. There's not moments in the day when you can just stop, but those moments, when I was cleaning the kitchen, I remember as being so still. But I wasn't alone, because we have 2 dogs. So there's Campari, who is a beagle thing. She's a mutt. And then there's Isla, who is a Bernese mountain dog. Now, for the uninitiated, a Bernese mountain dog is a hug with 2 cashmere coats. It is like the softest, cuddliest, sweetest creature I've ever encountered. Isla is also deeply motivated by food. So while I'm cleaning the kitchen, I have this enormous black fur ball just hanging out right at my hip. And the last thing I need to do to clean the kitchen is put away this bottle of oil. But we live in this house with these high ceilings, which means we have high cabinets, and I am not a high person. So I am up here trying to get it, and the bottle slips. And I watch it tumble, and it smacks the corner of the counter, and it shatters all over Isla. Amelia comes running down the stairs, and she turns the corner, and she can't even speak before she gasps a gallon of air, and she is just in disbelief. So then we do what any couple would do whose marriage is failing. We fucking laugh. We hands on knees, falling over, laughing at our dog who wants nothing more than to snuggle us, and we want nothing more than to not snuggle her right now. And then we go upstairs, we have a conversation I never expected to have, which is it weird to be naked in the shower with your dog? If any of you have a baked answer, that's awesome. We didn't, so we assumed yes. So I put on a Speedo and 4-arm-length dishwashing gloves. You're welcome for that visual. And for 75 minutes, scrub and rinse and scrub and rinse. And Isla has that face. It's like, what are the humans doing? Just like, Dad, this is weird. But finally, we get every piece of glass and every drop of oil out of her fur. And then we go to the kitchen, and we take a pound of kosher salt, and we scrub it into the floor, and we get that up. We go to bed about 1 or 1:30. 6 months later, my marriage slipped away too. But we realized very quickly that the goal, the job, was not to preserve the marriage. It was to come from a place of love. Because when you're coming from a place of love, you can do anything, including washing an 85-pound dog that is covered in glass and oil. I'm fascinated by what we did in spite of love. But I'm amazed at what we've done because of it. Thank you.